Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm so excited to return to the Arcturian Council channelings from Daniel Scranton. These are amazing. They come from a book called The Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 1, The Arcturian Council. Daniel Scranton is an amazing channeler, and the Arcturian Council is described a ninth dimensional collective of beings who have evolved and ascended within the Arcturian Star System. By comparison, we are in the fourth dimension and we are ascending to the fifth. The Arcturians no longer incarnate in physical bodies. They are conscious energy, light, and love, and their desires to be of service to humanity. In the first episode, I read The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, and I was reading a chapter from this book, and I wanted to continue on this chapter that focuses on the shift into the fifth dimension. This focuses a little bit more on timelines, but it carries a ton of information. Your strengths, abilities, and priorities. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. This is an opportunity, time for you to look at everything that you value in your life, because you're on the verge of some very big changes. You want to be sure that you have your priorities in order when the changes come. It is very important for you to know what you stand for, what you believe in, and what your abilities are. Many of you are reaching for new abilities and overlooking the abilities that you have. And when it comes to your beliefs, you are often focusing on the ones you want to change rather than the ones that serve you. When you are clear about what it is that makes you tick, what is important to you, and what you're hoping for in your lives, you will be able to make assessments. You'll be able to determine whether your actions are in harmony or opposition to what you prioritize, what you value, what you believe in, and what you believe you are capable of. We want you to be prepared to build from the changes that are coming, and it is important for you to know what it is you want and what it is that you have to contribute as you look to create a new world. As we have said, you are able to shift timelines more easily than ever, and with those shifts come the changes that we are talking about. And when change is upon you, it is important for you to know where your priorities lie. It will also be very important for each of you to value yourselves. If you don't know what your strengths are, ask someone who loves you. Oftentimes, you overlook your strengths and abilities because they are so second nature to you. But we promise you, every single one of you has something important and special to offer in the creation of a new earth. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Aligning with the best timeline. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have aligned ourselves with the best possible outcomes for humanity, and we suggest that you join us in aligning with those timelines. From where we vibrate, fear is not a possibility. It is a part of our distant past, like a faint memory. But for humanity, fear is not only a very common experience, it is also a tool. You are often given reasons to feel fear by individuals and groups who want to control you. Just because the fear-based probabilities exist for humanity doesn't mean that you have to give them any of your attention or energy. You can join us in our laser-like focus on the probabilities that are most humanity-friendly. We hold that knowing for you. We hold space for all of you so that you can find the vibration of the timeline you want to be on, and so that you can maintain that vibration long enough to see it come to fruition. We are happy to report to you that the timelines that we are focused on, where humanity has an easy and even joyous shift in consciousness, are receiving more attention from those of you who are awakened. We see the numbers increasing every day, the numbers of individuals who are determined to maintain that focus, to not give in to fear, and to let your hearts guide you to the most enjoyable ascension experience possible. You can feel empowered by this process of evolution, or you can feel that it is outside of your control. You can feel afraid of some of the probabilities that you hear about, or you can use them to inspire you to focus with more certainty and more intensity on what you want to experience and what you want for all of humanity. You can also feel our support in bringing you to that timeline. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Clearing galactic karma. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have begun to explore the possibility that you have taken on more than you can handle. We are quite certain that the human race is performing a series of Herculean tasks in your movement forward in your ascension. You've already overcome so many eons of programming. There have already been so many positive outcomes from your willingness to endure, and now we are wondering if you have shouldered too many burdens for this galaxy. You see, you are not just reintegrating all of the various aspects of yourselves from previous lifetimes, but you are also helping the entire galaxy to release itself from karma that beings outside of your solar system created. That is a great deal to take on. And even though it was the intention before you all incarnated at this time to take care of it for the rest of the galaxy, we are entertaining the idea that it's possible to lift that task from off of humanity's shoulders. Even though many of you were incarnate in those other parts of the galaxy where the karma was created, it is still a lot to ask of one planet and one dominant species on that planet. So you can expect to receive some help in some form. Perhaps we will buffer the energies a bit more. Perhaps your guides will get involved in releasing you from this task of clearing galactic karma. Perhaps beings from other parts of the galaxy and other star systems will agree to take on some of the burden themselves. Everyone is interested and excited about seeing humanity succeed, and so we are helping as best we can. We are coming up with ideas, strategies, and contingency plans to ensure that everyone who wants to shift on planet Earth will make the transition and will do so in this lifetime. We are working for you and with you, and so are many other beings, physical and non-physical. So you can relax and feel for a weight being lifted off your shoulders at any time. We are certain that those of you who are awakened on planet Earth at this time have done more than your fair share of the heavy lifting. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Being on the front lines of the shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It has been quite a journey for some of you who have incarnated to be awakened at this time of the shift. You have chosen to be leaders in the movement of energy, and this has led you to experience less than ideal third-dimensional lives. In other words, you needed a reason to want to go within yourselves, to want to experience something more than what the physical planet had to offer. And so you sought refuge in meditation, and you sought to heal yourselves through spiritual practices. You sought out connection with other beings, including those from other parts of the galaxy. And this has all served you in that pre-incarnational quest to be on the front lines of the shift. If you had decided instead to incarnate into perfect lives with lots of love, abundance, direction, friends, and everything else that you traditionally would want for a lifetime, you would not have taken the steps that you've taken to be more than what your physical expression could bring you. You also faced certain challenges in your lives so that you could access pain, trauma, and negative emotion. Now, why would you do this? Why would this be a part of that spiritual evolution that you sought before incarnating? It is through the experience of what you call negative or unwanted that you're summoning more energy, that you're moving more energy, and that you're becoming more focused. You want to be a fifth-dimensional creator being who operates with vibration, and that is what you are becoming. It is through connecting with yourselves that you've been able to access the vibrations that you access. And it is through accessing those vibrations that you become very adept at creating your reality. The first step is always in creating yourselves. And as you create the fifth-dimensional version of yourself, you put yourself on a timeline for a smooth transition to the fifth dimension, where you will have all of the tools necessary to help others along their way as well. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. seeing interdimensionally. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are particularly excited to express to you the transmission that we have for you at this moment. We are able to detect within the energy fields of each human being on planet Earth the presence of a new technology. Now, technology in this case refers to something organic and natural, not a chip or an implant so you can relax. This technology is the upgrade that will enable you all to see interdimensionally. This means that you are getting yourselves ready to complete your shift. When you can see interdimensionally, you're able to exist in one dimension and know what is happening in another dimension. You have this ability now, but few of you, very, very few, have activated your use of it. There are a few very advanced beings on your planet, as you know, who are not known about by the media and who are doing a wonderful job of holding the frequency of the fifth dimension for all of you. These are beings who live in the mountains in South America. That is as much information as we can give you, and they are capable of seeing interdimensionally now. They will continue to test out this new technology for humanity until you are ready to use it, and not all of you will be ready in the same moment. Most individuals will wait until after the shift has been completed, but some of you lucky ones will be able to use it now. You lucky ones who are receiving this message know who you are, and you know that you exist in a fifth dimensional frequency state. You know when you are holding that frequency, and you know that you can still see what is happening in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension includes the third, second, and first, and so anyone who is existing at a fifth dimensional frequency range or higher is capable of seeing all of you and being aware of what is happening on planet Earth. Earth is holding a fifth dimensional frequency. She is one of the ones who can still see you all, and she makes herself available to all of you who are holding a fourth dimensional frequency. Now, all of this will become clear and easy to follow and understand when you complete your shift. In the meantime, those of you who can utilize this technology to play in the fifth dimension and still be a part of the rest of the human collective, you have what you need. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You are shifting in this lifetime. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have given you some of our wisdom, but we have also learned from watching you what it is that makes humanity so strong and so unique. You have an ability to persevere, to take on extreme challenges, and to not only survive experiences, but you actually use them to your advantage and to the advancement of your consciousness. We marvel at the way that you're able to move energy, to rally around each other, and to bring forth the best of who you are in the worst of circumstances. We are continually amazed by humanity. That is why we are so certain that you are making this shift in consciousness in your lifetime. Your completion of the shift is really only dependent on what you, who are awakened, are capable of doing for yourselves and for the collective. When you demonstrate how powerful you are and how compassionate you are, you solidify the movement of energy to the fifth dimensional frequency range. You help this process along by listening to your guidance, by being dedicated to serving others, and by living your lives. You develop more compassion for each other when you are genuine with what you are feeling. When you can authentically express what is going on for you internally, you help all others around you by giving them permission to feel what they are feeling. And you are awakening aspects of you now that are coming to assist in this process of your evolution and your ascension. You are awakening aspects of you who have attempted to make this shift in previous lifetimes and have failed. Those aspects are responsible for the doubt that you sometimes feel. They are responsible for many of the emotions that you still need to process. They are even responsible at times for that foreboding feeling that the world is coming to an end, or at the very least is at the brink of another world war. These are the aspects of you that require the most compassion, acceptance, and unconditional love. They are also awakening at this time to help you navigate through the energies, because They have been in this position before. So you see, once again, you take something that is challenging and traumatic and you use it to your benefit. That is one of the many things that we love about you. We are the Arcturian Council and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have observed that many of you are creating the timelines for yourselves that are ideal from your perspective, and we can see you moving closer and closer to these timelines. This is the perfect timing to be engaged in such creative work because you are supported by the energies that are upon you. You are more supported in creating something new at this time than you are in creating some rehashed ideal third-dimensional existence. In other words, you're moving forward, not backwards. So in order for you to align with the energies that are moving you forward, you must be willing to go to places you have not gone before. We're talking about vibration here. We're talking about getting out of your heads and into the vibrational field you want to be in. Your heads are capable of telling you about all of the wonderful things that you have seen here on planet Earth in all of your lifetimes. And you can conjure up a pretty good experience for yourself through what you have seen, what you have done, what you have heard about. But what will absolutely knock your socks off is the unknown that you are creating. To create with vibration takes you beyond everything that you've experienced thus far in the physical and everything that you've ever wanted to experience as well. Now, the fifth dimensional energies that are upon you are nudging you in this direction. They are attempting to free you from the limitations of your minds and to nudge you into the unknown field of yet to be experienced vibration. Then all of you have to do is surrender to the process, because you could not possibly imagine how you're going to come to the timeline that you're creating. You cannot imagine because it's something that you haven't experienced and you haven't heard about yet. Soon enough, however, you're going to start to hear about experiences that others are having, unexplainable experiences that go beyond imagination, beyond thought. This is what we see you all reaching for as you construct your ideal version of the fifth dimension and you continue to inch your way towards it. Activating your divinity codes. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There is no doubt that you are making the transition to the fifth dimension. There's only speculation on your part and on the parts of all of us as to when that will occur. You are facing the challenges that you have placed before yourselves with a strength that few of us who are watching you could have imagined. And we are very pleased with your progress. However, we have noticed that you have a tendency to be very hard on yourselves. You have a tendency to believe that you should be further along than you are, that you should be able to manifest everything that you desire in your reality by now. You have a tendency to wonder whether you're going to make it, whether you're going to complete your ascension process in this lifetime. We understand where these doubts come from. You are programmed to believe in something outside of yourself, more than you are encouraged to seek out the strength within you and the knowing within you of how wonderful you are, how perfect you are, and how adept you are at handling the challenges you face. We see from the perspective of very loving teachers and helpers, and therefore we see your successes more clearly than you do. We are aware of how much progress you make every time you face one of the challenges in your life. We want you to know how sacred you are, how valuable you are. And we want to help you to activate within you the codes for your experience of the divinity within you. There are divinity codes that exist inside each and every one of you, and they are waiting to be activated so that you may understand fully and embrace fully your divine nature, your divine origins, and the truth that you are source energy beings. Once you begin to feel that and live it, your divinity will be undeniable. You will not be able to ignore the divinity within you. You will not be able to suppress it. And to the contrary, you will embrace yourselves as divine beings. You will see every obstacle that has ever been placed in front of you as a means to an end. The end, the very important end, is to arrive at the place where you are able to recognize yourself as the divine beings who were able to access everything that you needed in order to move you forward on your journey. Most importantly, however, you're meant to recognize the divinity that exists within you. Even when you are faced with your challenges, the ones that cause you the most pain and suffering, when you can see the divinity within you in your darkest moments, that's when you know that you have achieved what you came here to achieve. Ascension will just be an afterthought. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Experience the shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It is wonderful to acknowledge yourselves for all of the wonderful movement forward you have made. You've journeyed so far in one lifetime that you all deserve to be rewarded for your achievements. We sometimes marvel at how much you overcome and how much you persevere. The fact that all of you are still on planet Earth is a testament to your strengths and your power. We are here to tell you that things are going to get easier. We often hear you asking, when will this be over? When will I be free from this situation? Or when will the shift be completed? And we want to encourage you to create your own experiences of all of this. One of the ways that you make the journey more enjoyable is by looking for things around you that are going right, that are working out, and that have the ability to put a smile on your face. You all deserve to take breaks from all of the hard ascension work that you've been doing. We want all of you to rest and recuperate as often as you can. Most of all, we encourage you to be present. It is in your being present that all of this happens, more quickly, more efficiently, and more enjoyably. You get to determine your own path from this point forward. When you decide that you want to be of service to the collective, you are. When you realize that you can be of service to the collective and enjoy your journey, that is when you are really on to something. So we encourage you to congratulate yourselves for having made it this far, to acknowledge yourselves for still being on planet Earth and enduring all that you have to endure with these shifting energies. And we want you to relax. We suggest that you allow the energies of the shift to do what they do while you enjoy more sunsets, while you take more time for yourselves, and while you spend more time with your loved ones. Let those of us who are here to help give you what you need while you take on less responsibility and see yourselves more as experiencers of the shift than those who are responsible for making it happen. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The last step to ascension. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are pleased to announce to all of you that the portions of your consciousness that have remained asleep throughout your awakening are getting their wake-up call. The emergence of certain energies in your solar system have triggered an activation within you that makes it possible for any part of you to remain asleep. What we mean by asleep is operating under the third dimensional framework, the egoic relationship to reality. Now, as you add dimensionality to your experiences by including more aspects of who you are, you become your higher self. This awakening that you are experiencing now is the final step in what is required for you to complete the ascension journey. The portions of your consciousness that have remained asleep are the ones who have clung to the old ways of doing things out of a need for consistency. That consistency has been the devil that you know. Consistency sometimes gives you that impression of safety and security. But what lies ahead for you is so much greater than mere survival. And enough of you has awakened enough portions of your consciousness to allow you to dream bigger and feel for something more than what you believed was the ultimate human experience. Now that you're able to conceptualize something bigger and better, you can throw away the need for security and safety and exchange them for freedom and adventure. Now, you won't be sacrificing security to do this. You just won't be clinging to it as you have been. You will allow for the unexpected and the unknown to be a part of your travels. And as you integrate these portions of your consciousness, you're also going to recognize that they bring something new to the party. You are unlocking more of your wisdom through this integration process, and you are allowing more of the ideas from your higher mind to float into your conscious awareness, giving you more access to the codes that are necessary for you to inhabit a fifth dimensional light body. This is a very exciting time for humanity, as you consciously let go of those primal needs that you once thought were so important, and you embrace your infinite and eternal nature instead. You are going to have quite a delicious ride ahead of you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The tipping point in the collective consciousness. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are pleased to give you a progress report that you are going to enjoy receiving. The human collective consciousness is approaching a tipping point that, when reached, will bring you past any possibility of putting yourselves in a very difficult and unfortunate situation regarding your planet and your ascension. There have been many possibilities for all of you to shift in a rather messy way, but as you continue to seek out the comfort that comes from connecting within yourselves, you eliminate any need for humanity to create a rockier road for yourselves. There are many opportunities for you to exercise your free will in releasing that which has been holding you back as individuals. And we see so many of you making the choice that serves you most. So many of you are exercising that free will to go within and seek out the comfort that you need to experience from opening your hearts. You've been given opportunities to blame, to ignore, and to numb yourselves. And the vast majority of you are not making those choices. Each time, each one of you as an individual makes a choice to go within and seek that comfort within your hearts, you add momentum to the shift of the collective consciousness, and you move yourselves down a timeline that does not include catastrophe, natural disasters, or large-scale wars. You also move yourselves further and further away from needing an intervention from some of your physical extraterrestrial friends. Everyone who has your greatest and highest good at heart is applauding the nearing of this tipping point. We're all doing what we can to assist you in making those decisions that serve your greatest and highest good. But it always comes down to you, and it always comes down to choice. The choices that you are making are having a very positive impact on the shift of the collective consciousness. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The challenge of awakening. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. In the awakening process, you will usually encounter some resistance from outside of you. This may come from friends or family members. It may be that you are leaving behind a faith, and those who still believe in that particular faith are upset. Whoever it is that is resisting your awakening process, they are doing so because you asked them to before you incarnated. You wanted to have a voice of dissent in your circle because you need that in order to solidify what you're moving towards. Sometimes you need someone else to resist you so that you can dig in your heels and be absolutely certain that you are moving in the right direction for you. You don't have to take anyone with you on your journey, but many of you want to bring your friends and family members along because it can be a lonely ride. You can find yourself wanting to connect with other individuals who know what you know, and it may be challenging for you to locate those individuals, especially if you live in a small town. Again, the process of awakening as an individual is something that you choose to do in spite of the opposition. Even though it would be easier for you to just remain as you were before your awakening, it would be easier to fit in. You must be certain that you are on the right path for you. If it were easy to believe what you believe because it was some sort of trend, then it would also be easy for you to abandon it. The sacrifices that you make to be different are necessary for you to be certain that you are following something that is coming from within you, something undeniable. Your awakening can be messy and challenging and can leave you feeling alone, rejected, and abandoned. But what you gain in the process is so worth it. You gain more of yourself. You gain a deeper connection to Source, to the universe, and to all of the other beings who are awakened within it. You create a network that spans the globe, creating a grid of energy so that others may join you when they're ready. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. the shift of your solar system. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are providing you with insights that we hope resonate with you, but we invite you to reach your own conclusions when it comes to your personal experiences. You can take what we say with a grain of salt, especially if it does not match with what you are experiencing at the present moment. We speak to as many of you as we can, but certainly some of you are having much different experiences, and we honor that. We invite you to do the same. That being said, we have a new message for you, a new transmission that we hope resonates with the vast majority of you. You are living in a solar system that has taken itself to a brand new frequency range. You are reaching higher and higher vibrational states as a solar system. It is not just Earth that is ascending. It is not just humanity. All the planets, moons, and the sun are also ascending. And that means that the way you've experienced the other celestial bodies is shifting. You cannot count on Venus to be the same Venus now as it was 20, 30, or 40 years ago. You cannot ask for Jupiter to stop evolving, and what you receive from your relationship to these other celestial bodies is becoming more and more significant to your personal journeys. You may wish to have a more intuitive response to what is happening when Mercury is in retrograde, for example. When any of your planets in your solar system are in retrograde, you might want to consider that your experience of that is shifting. These planets are shifting. The Earth is shifting, and you are shifting as well. So rely on your personal experience and your personal relationship to these celestial bodies rather than on what you've learned they are all about. The history of the solar system has very little to do with where you are going. Expect new relationships with the celestial bodies around you, and expect to find life in your solar system on planets and on moons as you awaken your awareness to these other beings, and as you allow for the shift to have its effect on not only the Earth, but on all the other celestial bodies as well. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Disclosure. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We've begun to explore different possibilities that are facing humanity at this time. We're looking down different timelines and seeing what is in store for you as a collective if you decide to traverse those timelines. And we are here to inform you there is one particular timeline that looks very enticing from our perspective. So we are going to suggest that you pursue the timeline in which you feel the emotions deep inside of you to the point where you come to a tipping point in the degree of which you feel compassion for one another. On this particular timeline, that compassion leads to the forgiveness that is also a necessary part of your evolution and your ascension. And so you see, when you take that approach to life, you're not reliant on governments making big announcements about aliens and UFOs, criminals in large organizations that you might call a cabal or Illuminati being brought to justice, and your futures are not dependent upon the big oil companies granting you access to free energy. Your ascension is not dependent upon a redistribution of wealth, a revaluing of currency. It is not dependent upon ETs landing in their ships, disarming all of your weapons and bringing you to some sort of moment where you gather together as a collective. It is all in your hands. If you choose the timeline that involves your ascension, your deepest and darkest emotions, so that you can feel compassion for anyone and everyone that you come into contact with, you can make this ascension process easy and even enjoyable. All of those other eventualities that we have mentioned can only occur when you recognize that none of those individuals, whether they be your nemesis or your hero, are separate from you. None of them are outside of you. And when you wake up to this knowing, you can live in the world that you want to live in. But as long as you deny these aspects of yourself exist, and you deny the pain that comes with that acknowledgement, you will delay that inevitable moment of ascension. That is why we are suggesting that you feel into that timeline, and that you choose it for yourself as an individual, taking as many willing participants with you as you can. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Awakening your new abilities. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. There is no stopping the human collective and the momentum that is carrying you forward. There is nothing that we can see as a possibility to bring your movement forward, your evolution to a halt. You are magnificent beings of love and light, and you are awakening more and more every day to the truth of who you are. There is no one and nothing outside of you that can prevent your shift in consciousness. You are readying yourselves for tremendous leaps forward and granting yourselves access to more and more of who you are every day. Therefore, do not be surprised to awaken new abilities within yourselves. Do not be surprised when you begin to hear and see things that you did not hear and see previously. You are morphing into higher dimensional beings. And as that process continues, you grant yourselves access to those abilities in small spurts and in minor occurrences. Now, once you have one of these episodes, you can call it a fluke, or you can decide that it is an ability that you're gaining more access to, and that you are learning how to utilize more effectively. You ultimately want to access these abilities more consciously, and you ultimately will. There is no question about that. The question is whether you will be patient with yourselves while you are on this journey of awakening these abilities. Are you going to enjoy the experience? Or are you always going to be waiting for the next experience and the next? Are you always going to be looking for confirmation that what you received or what you perceived was real? We suggest that you continue to live your lives and to not get too hung up on when you will be able to access all of your abilities whenever you want to have access to them. We suggest you take each of these experiences as indication that you're moving forward, you're making progress, and that there will always be more to come. But you can always enjoy what you have right now. You can always enjoy the increased access that you are experiencing and the knowing that there is always more to come. You get to decide how you experience this awakening process and this ascension process, and you never have to worry that you're going to be left behind just because someone else is accessing more of their abilities than you are. When you find yourself in one of those scenarios, just process those emotions that come up and feel happy for your friend. What anyone else can do, you can do as well. It's all just a matter of timing. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Synchronizing with your higher selves. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It is a beautiful sight to witness you all synchronizing with the energies of your higher selves. Seeing you move from the egoic perspectives to the perspective of your higher self is absolutely stunning to behold. You are not just moving from one dimension to another, you are adding dimensionality to yourselves. You are becoming more of who you are, and incorporating the energies of your higher self is precisely how you do that. You've always been your higher selves, your oversouls, and you've always been source energy. But knowing that, experiencing it, and harmonizing with those energies is something that you have not yet done while in these physical bodies, not completely. You are still in the process of becoming that fifth dimensional version of who you are, the version of who you are who knows the deeper connection that you have with all beings. You have acquired quite a bit of baggage as you have operated from that egoic perspective for countless lifetimes. In the removal of the baggage, what is revealed to you is more of your true self, your higher self, that aspect of you that holds space for you and for the knowing of yourselves as divine beings and members of a greater collective. The way that you shed your baggage is by owning it. The way that you own it is by releasing all of your resistance to it. As you release resistance and judgment, you have a pure experience of yourselves. You're not here to perfect anything. You are here to experience it all. And when you recognize that everything that you've experienced has served you in some way, you can drop that resistance and you can drop that judgment and you operate more fully as your higher selves. And as you do, you slip right into the fifth dimensional frequency range, and that is when it seems like you've gone to an entirely new reality. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. A kinder, gentler shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You have taken yourselves to so many different turning points on your journeys as a collective, and you've always taken the path that leads to ascension for humanity. You've had many opportunities to take yourselves down a different path, a path that would ultimately lead you to more third-dimensional experiences and the playing out of the same types of victim and perpetrator roles that you've been playing for eons in your solar system. You've opted for a gradual shift. You've decided to take yourselves to the fifth dimension by focusing on what is in front of you in your personal lives, and by allowing yourselves to get triggered by what is happening on a national and international scale. When the option arises for humanity to experience some sort of gigantic, cataclysmic event, you always opt for a more peaceful transition, a more gentle one. When you face the challenges and the tragedies and the traumas that are occurring in your own personal lives, that can seem very much like you are taking the route of the cataclysmic event. What is important to you is what matters the most. And when you are experiencing something that is very personal and very private, and also very challenging and traumatic, you're doing tremendous work. And you are giving yourselves an opportunity to make the choice that you didn't make in Lemuria and you didn't make in Atlantis. Now that you are ready to shift your consciousness, recognize that the Earth is ready as well. The Earth is supporting you on your journey. The extraterrestrials that are here to help you are supporting you. And we are, of course, coming through vessels like our channel here to serve and to help in whatever way we can. However, and we want to make this very clear, you as a human collective are making the choice to ascend in the way that you are ascending. It is not a decision that was made before you incarnated. It is not a decision that is being made for you. It is your decision because you realize that having your own personal experiences and holding compassion in your hearts for others as a result of those experiences is what serves you and the collective the most. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. A Universal Awakening. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It is an awakening of more than just your ego that is occurring. As you recognize that the shift in consciousness is a universal occurrence, you must recognize that you are shifting at every level of your beingness. Your higher selves and your oversouls exist in higher dimensional states, higher frequency states, and yet they are shifting as well. They are having their own form of an awakening experience. What that means is you'll be connecting to and feeling and experiencing a different type of oversoul being as the shift is completed. You are becoming your higher self. You are becoming the embodiment of your higher self, but you will not be the same higher self that you have been relating to and receiving all of your years on planet Earth in this lifetime. So you and your higher self are merging to create something new, something more magnificent than has ever been experienced. And of course, we are shifting as well as source energy continues to expand, continues to create, explore, and experience more of itself. There is no end to this journey. There is no place that we are all going. It is all about experiencing more of ourselves, awakening more aspects of who we are already, and then using what we uncover to create something new, some new experience of reality. We are both the experiencers of this journey, and we are all creating it as well, creating it as we go, receiving feedback from our experiences and bringing that new information to that which we are in the process of creating, exploring, and experiencing. The energies of the shift are also about merging. They're about merging perspectives, merging the physical and the non-physical, merging the divine feminine with the divine masculine. They're about merging darkness with light, merging polarities. And like mixing colors creates a different color, we are all in the process of creating something that has never been experienced before. And that is exciting. And that is the way it will always be. And as we come together as a universal collective in this shift and recognize ourselves as the source energy that is having the ride of its life, we are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Resurrecting Atlantis. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We welcome you to a new era in the evolution of your consciousness as energetic beings who align yourselves with physical bodies. You have awakened within yourselves certain aspects of your consciousness that have been asleep for generations on your planet. And these aspects are taking you back to when you were approaching a fifth dimensional frequency range while on the continent of Atlantis. You can take yourselves to that time period and feel how connected you all were to your higher selves during the final years of life on Atlantis. There was a great deal of discord on the continent before it sank because your fifth dimensional expressions were not ready to experience the energy of planet Earth. And so in a sense, humanity sank Atlantis to protect the sanctity of your higher selves, your fifth dimensional selves. But now, you are ready to make that shift. You are ready to embody that energy. You are ready to become your higher selves in the flesh, and the Earth is ready for it as well. The Earth is an expression of your collective consciousness, and the Earth has shifted herself to a fifth dimensional frequency range. Now, because you are still able to perceive planet Earth, that must mean that you are holding a fifth dimensional frequency state more often than not. That must mean that you're ready for a full ascension experience, and you are finally ready to clear the trauma that you all experienced as a human collective when Atlantis sank. This is a momentous occasion for the human collective, as you are not only able to download the knowledge that humanity was able to hold within its consciousness on Atlantis, you are also able to reveal to yourselves what it was like to feel that closeness to your full expression as your higher selves. Now that this journey is coming to an end and a new journey is beginning, you can all start to relax, to let go of the concerns that you have brought into your lives since your birth. And you can begin to feel the freedom of being deliberate and conscious creators of this new Earth and the experience of humanity on it. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The timing of the shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. From our perspective, you are taking the appropriate amount of time to work through the lower frequency energies that are still present on planet Earth. You are assimilating the higher frequency energies at a rate that is quite appropriate, and the effects of all the work that you are doing on yourselves and on the planet are taking time to reveal themselves. We want you to understand that these are the times when you will feel the least amount of satisfaction from all that you are doing, all that you are experiencing, all that you are processing, and it will take less time for you to see and feel the effects of what you are doing in the coming months and years. Therefore, greater feedback from the universe is coming, and more recognizable effects are going to make themselves visible and known to you. There is no fast track here. There are no simple or easy solutions to what it is you are going through in your individual lives and as a collective. The fast and easy way is the more desired way, but it will ultimately be less satisfying and filled with holes. Therefore, anyone who tells you that they have an easy way or a faster way is probably either unaware of the truth of your situation or wants very much to believe that there is a faster and or easier way to ascend. To give you an analogy, if climbing to the top of the tallest mountain were easy, then what would be the point of doing it? What kind of satisfaction could be gained if you never broke a sweat or got out of breath or needed to rest along the way? We want all of you to rest, to know that everything is unfolding appropriately and in the perfect timing, and we want you to let go of the idea of a simple solution or a fast track. Accept that where you are is perfect, that you are perfect, and that your experiences are coming to you perfectly to give you exactly what you need to move you forward, to build you up, and to give you that sense of satisfaction that you will have as you complete your shift in consciousness. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Look to help each other. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have listened to the prayers that humanity has been offering for quite some time. We are familiar with your desires. You have allowed yourselves to experience a myriad of changes while you are awaiting this new Earth that you want to create and experience, and there is a great deal of effort on your part to bring about the changes, to land in all that you've been asking for. What is most important at this time, however, is that you look to help each other. When you give and receive help to and from other humans, you create a deepening of the unity that is so natural to the human race. And that is how you're going to assist one another in the bringing about of the new Earth that you want to inhabit. It is going to be an Earth of cooperation. It is going to be an Earth of collaboration. And it is going to be an Earth of sharing You all chose different skill sets so that you would need each other, so that you would each complete a piece of the puzzle, and so that you would connect with one another. Think about the amount of planning that has gone into putting each and every human on planet Earth at this precise time. Think about how wonderful it is that you have some people who are thriving most when they are working with technology, and other people who are thriving most when they are gardening and farming and working with the land. You have every type of profession and every type of professional in just the right amount to create a balance of opportunity and plenty of opportunities for helping each other. So what you can do for each other without needing to have even exchange or reciprocation, so that you can get used to this idea of trusting that you will be taken care of, that the person or persons that you need to help you accomplish something will come along. Trust that the energy you will put out will come back to you, and will come back to you with love, not obligation. And you will find yourselves living on that new earth before you know it. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. A shift in humanity is occurring. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We take great pride in letting you in on our latest assessment of humanity. You have turned a corner and have begun to shake yourselves free of the idea of oppression and persecution in your world. There has been a spiritual uprising within enough of you who recognize that no one outside of you can make you a victim, and that realization within each of you has awakened is enough to tip the scales for humanity. When you're able to see another as acting on your behalf, when you are able to see the other as a co-creator, that's when you know you have moved past the need to co-create an experience of oppression. You lift the veil and see yourself in the mirror staring back at you. You see that the game you've been playing is not with the reptilians or the Anunnaki or even the Illuminati. It's not with the corporations, the banks, or the politicians. The game you've been playing is with yourself. And when you wake up to this knowing, when you understand that there is no one out there who can control your destiny, that's when you loosen up enough to allow in all of the energy that you've been summoning as you've been playing the game of being the victim. Now is the time for you to receive all that you've been asking for, and it's as simple as taking your attention away from the idea of the oppressor and the idea that anyone in your life can keep you from what you've been summoning. There is a shift occurring for all of humanity because of those like you, and when the majority of people on the planet are also ready to receive what they've been summoning, you're going to have a monumental shift in the way that you deal with each other economically. You will no longer experience hierarchies, persons of authority, or massive amounts of power. You will experience equality and harmony and freedom. All of that is what you've just turned the corner towards, and now, as we have said, it's just a matter of opening yourselves up to receive it. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You are at the center of the shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. It is wonderful to witness the evolution of your consciousness. We have observed many of you shifting on a personal level in ways that you would like to see the entire collective shifting. But you are the ones who are leading the way, and therefore your personal shifts are the most important ingredient in what is happening on the collective scale. You, living your lives, facing your fears, and releasing your judgments, are more powerful than the governments, the politicians, and even the shadow governments. Your lives are a microcosm of what is happening on the universal scale, and so you must be willing to see the significance of your role in all of this. Take our word for it. You are the gears that are moving the entire structure, and what you are doing is greatly appreciated. Perhaps you find yourself in dispute with someone else, and you decide to take the high road and apologize, or perhaps you make a concerted effort to see the situation from the perspective of the other, or maybe you're just beaming the unconditional love at the other person with whom you are having the dispute. How you do it is up to you, but you and your willingness to release yourselves from the bondage of a conflict or a grudge is the way that you're going to help the entire collective. You cannot measure how your lives are affecting the universe and everyone in it with tools. Therefore, all you can do is keep living your lives, keep seeking out new ways for you to experience expansion, and keep letting others off the hook. When you have faced your oppressor, when you have faced your fear, when you have faced yourself in the mirror, and you have seen the opportunity for love and compassion, that is how you know you are on the right track. That is how you know you are fulfilling your purpose, and that is your destiny. So you might as well go there now. You might as well do it consciously. You might as well forgive and forget and move on to what the universe has in store for you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Moving into a higher frequency range. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You have begun to explore some of the depths of your beingness. You have a particular frequency range that you generally stay within. Right now, a great deal of you are exploring the depths of that frequency range, and you are encountering emotions and circumstances in your lives that you would rather not even admit were there. Now, those of you who are experiencing these very challenging aspects of who you have been in the third dimension are not always able to remember the bigger picture here. The bigger picture is that all of this is meant to take you to a higher frequency range. First, you need to lighten your load. First, you need to experience that which has been hiding in the corners, in the shadows, and in all other places that you would rather not look. Once you've encountered these aspects of yourself and these circumstances in your lives, and you're able to face them, you no longer need to continue to hold on to them. You no longer need any judgments or any attachments that are holding you down, holding you back, and keeping you from experiencing yourselves as higher frequency beings. But you do need to allow yourselves to be where you are right now and to confront what is coming up in your experience. When you're in one of your more challenging times, remember the bigger picture. Remember that what you are doing here is more than just surviving. It is even more than just thriving in the physical. What you're doing here is integrating on a very large scale so that the whole you can make the transition to the fifth dimensional frequency range. And when you remember that very big fact about your journey, you can put the problems and issues and challenges into your perspective. You can see them for what they are. They are the fuel that is meant to be ignited by the higher frequencies, and they are meant to propel you into an entirely new reality. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The New Earth. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are making progress in ways that you cannot measure with instruments. These are not quantifiable steps, and therefore they are a mystery. There is a part of you who can track the progress that you are making, but it is not a conscious aspect of self, and therefore you must rely on those beings like us, and you must trust that we are giving it to you straight. The progress that you're making is with the creation of a new earth, the creation of a new fifth dimensional reality. So you can see why it is immeasurable and difficult to detect from where you sit. Many of you are reaching for and yearning for this new earth to take hold in your experience, but ultimately it is something that is still under construction. However, you can see the completed result of all your efforts. We are here to tell you that you are inheriting a magnificent planet filled with love and equality, filled with peace and acceptance. You will not get to this new earth by hammering away at the old one. You don't need to chisel away at the governments, the economic systems, and the corporations and banks in order to get there. You simply have to embrace your inner realm. You have to believe that this new earth exists inside of you, and that it will appear in front of you when you are ready to inherit it. So that is why it is more important for you to go within yourself and feel for the energy that you are using to create your reality. And at times it is necessary to let go of your attempts to change the physical reality that you currently experience. And certainly you want to let go of any need to change any other person that you experience in your physical reality, no matter how much power that person seems to have. There is a letting go of the old earth that is necessary in order to move to the new one. And you are capable of doing this gracefully without large natural disasters or other catastrophic events, because you are creating this new earth within yourselves. And you are allowing yourselves entry and passageway to the new earth you have created. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. And this concludes the second half of this chapter from the Ascension, the shift to the fifth dimension, Volume 1, the Arcturian Council. Daniel Scranton is an amazing channeler, and I just love these messages about a new earth. It is often emphasized in these channelings to relax, to let go, to not worry too much about the process. They seem to have a healing energetic quality. It's speaking to the star seeds out there and the light beings out there that are struggling, that are persevering, that are stressing about their role in the creation of this new earth. And it's saying, it's okay. Just deal with your own life and encounter each moment with love. And the more you create your reality with positivity and love and in service to others, then you create the new earth. It is happening. You've tried to do it in the past, and they even acknowledge that you've experienced this level of energy and the dimensionality of the fifth dimension when you were incarnated on Atlantis and in Lemuria. And so you have some inner knowing about this process of awakening, and you're back at this point. And now we're deciding to do it gradually, without catastrophes, without crazy things happening. And it takes time. It's not going to happen instantaneously. But when you go through this process, take the time, the new earth is being born, and you are a part of it, and you are an essential part of it. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.